Alright, welcome everybody. My name is Shelby and I am with Dead Lemon Games. I am joined today by my good friend and confidant, Mr. Scott Forbush.
What's up, guys?
Scott's joining me today. We'll be doing a little bit of playthrough on Lonely Undead, a thematic tabletop game. It is sort of lightly strategic, sort of a dungeon crawler feel. It is for 1 to 4 players and plays in about 45 to 120 minutes, kind of depending on what mode and how many players are involved. Thematically, the game is set in a small rural area, small town up north where it is cold and snowy, and a little strange fog has rolled into town, and some of the people started to act a little silly, a little goofy, and so some of our townsfolk are turning into what can only be described as the undead. And these freshly turned undead individuals are scared, and they're feeling lonely and confused, and they need to seek out friendship. They need to seek out some support. And unfortunately, the only way to gather support and get a friend is to sneak up on, attack, subdue the locals, bite them, and hope that you infect them and therefore gain a new friend. So we are out here.
I love friends.
I love friends. I'm a big friend.
I love friends.
A big fan of friends. So yeah, from the perspective of the zombie, we are the undead. Our objectives are to go through town, try to convert the locals into our new friends, and we'll be playing a competitive playthrough today. Scott and I will be racing to get 7 friends. The first person to get 7 friends will win the game. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to explain to Scott how we're going to do this, a brief little overlay on the rules, and then we'll just kind of jump in. There'll be some other things that'll probably unfold, some additional sort of rules and other things to explain, but it's best to sort of do them as they occur, so to not overwhelm everyone here at the beginning. Alright, Scott, if you wouldn't mind looking at your reference cards over there, we'll start with phases real quick. We'll take a look at that. The game is broken up into 2 phases. We have the Z phase and the town phase. So the Z phase is basically the first phase where players will take their turns. In turn order, each Z will perform the following. They'll do 4 actions. They'll take their actions on their turn, and after their actions have been resolved, then they'll just check their hand limit and discard down to 5 if they have more than 5 cards in their hand. After that is the town phase. Actually, we need to start with the other one. We'll start with the other one, Scott. So let me go through that. No, that isn't going to work. Okay. So we'll look at the phases here. I'm going to go through the phases again, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I am here for it. Let's go through the phases.
So the game is broken up into 2 phases. We have the Z phase and the town phase. The town phase is... we have the Z phase and the town phase. The first phase, the player phase, in which the players will take their turns. Each player will perform a number of actions, usually 4 actions, and then if they have more than 5 cards in their hand, they will discard down to 5 cards. After every player has taken their turn, then the town phase will occur. First part of the town phase, if applicable, players will, with dogs, will roll the chance die and activate. The dogs are a specific type of reaction and a sort of a dynamic character in the game that is in pursuit of us and making our lives difficult. After the dogs, then the reactions will occur in player order. The players will each draw and resolve a reaction. And after that, first player markers move to the next player, and then play will continue back at the Z phase.
We won't be moving the player marker this time, though, right? Because there's only 2 of us.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Since it's just 2 of us, we'll just go back and forth. So, all right, let's look at our actions and see what we can do on our turn. We're allowed 4 actions. These actions can be done in any order, and any number of times, as long as it's permittable. The first action is to move, and so to move around the board, if we'll take a look at one of our characters here, we have Beth. We have a grid system here on the board, and you will move any number of allotted spaces that your character is allowed to move, and includes diagonal. So we have this little lovely grid system on the board, and we will move from point to point within that. Now, if we'll go ahead and take a look at Beth's character card, we can see a number of attributes. She has, at the very top, we have a number and an ear that is her stealth. Then we have a fist that is her strength or might. We have an arrow after that. That is how many spaces she is allowed to move per move action. And then we have the bite numbers underneath that, 1 through 3. And that is a spread of numbers out of 6 numbers. And we'll go over how these attributes work and how we'll use them to accomplish our goals as zombies. But for the purpose of showing how you can move, Beth is allowed to move 2 spaces per movement action, which includes diagonal. Now we have, the next action is to draw an aid. We have a number of cards over here. The aid pile is right here in the middle of this green pile. And those are essentially our supplies that we'll use to help us accomplish our goals. Loot in a lot of ways, items, skills, and event cards to help us get by. The next action that we can do is to equip one of those cards. We'll essentially just take one of those cards and out of our backpack and put it in our hands so we can use it. The next couple of actions, we have perform a sound check, attack a living, and bite a living. And those are sort of like a 3 tier, one after the other string of actions. And I'll go ahead and just do a little turn example here to show how those work. We're going to be moving about the map, interacting with these different tokens here, which are the living people, and we will be trying to accomplish our goals by turning these into our friends. So if we want to interact with one of these individuals, we'll have to be adjacent to them, which includes adjacent through doorways. So we have this little opening here, diagonal into the mall, and I can interact with the officer here if I'd like, or the living person because I am adjacent to them. So let's say on my turn I started here, and I'd use my first action to move twice to here. Now I am adjacent to this living individual, and I say, I'm going to try to sneak up on this living person so I can try to get a new friend. At that time, I will take a living card from the living pile, and we will take it and we will flip it and reveal our living individual. Looks like we have a dad. Now you can see that the dads, and we can see that they have attributes that are just like our attributes. He has an ear and a fist. Those are his alertness and his strength. And we're going to be comparing our attributes against his to accomplish our goals. Now, we revealed him and we are engaged with him, and we're going to do that first action out of the 3, which is perform a sound check. It's the first sort of part of the engagement with the individual. And to do so, we will take our attributes, which is a 2 on our stealth and a 1 versus his, so 1 alertness. And then we will roll the chance die. This is essentially a combat modifier, and we will apply it to the spread there. So we'll go ahead and do that. 2 versus 1. Ooh, rolled a 2, which is good. So we succeed.
Crit.
We snuck up on very successfully onto this dad. And then after that, after you do a sound check, then you are allowed to attack the individual. So we'll go ahead and move straight into that. I have a 2. He has a 2, so 2 versus 2 on the attack. We will see what happens here. We'll roll the chance die. Oh, so
rolling
strong.
Hot today, Shelby.
So that would be 4 versus the 2, which is a plenty of might to overcome this living individual. After you injure a living individual, you'll flip them over to the injured side, so you can help keep track of that. At this point, since they are injured, I am allowed to bite. You can only bite an individual if they are injured. To do that, we'll use this other die over here. This is the bite die, and we'll do that spread in which we were talking about earlier, the bite numbers. Best is 1 through 3. We have a 6-sided die, so we'll roll that and see how our bite goes.
Make that friend. Oh.
So what this means, essentially, since I didn't roll one of my numbers, that my bite was not potent enough, not successful, and I did not infect a new friend. So now I must leave this individual here and move on to other goals. I cannot just stand there and keep biting. Each Z is allowed to bite only each living one single time. Not allowed to bite the same living more than one time. So at that point, I would have to leave. Now, Scott, say Scott was maybe playing Brittany, which means it is an injured individual, and you can bite the injured individuals without having to do a sound check or attack. So Scott could move over here with Brittany, and he could go ahead and just put a bite on Dad. Why don't you go ahead and put a bite on Dad?
I will put a bite on Dad. My numbers are, what, 3 through 5?
It appears
3 through 5. Here we go. Let's go. No!
Oh, no. Well, that's good, because we get to exemplify what happens when you bite twice and fail. If any living individual gets bitten twice without infection, their body has become ridden and sad, and therefore they will be moved to the death toll and are no longer available for us to try to convert into being a friend. And that's bad. This death toll essentially is a sort of escalative meter that, as things progress and we do a terrible job at making friends, the game gets a little bit harder for us. We'll go more into that as it occurs. But that is all the actions with a little bit of example of how to use them and move about. As I'd said, you can use any number in any order. You could just move 4 times. You could just draw 4 cards, equip cards, any combination therein. Right underneath the actions there, you can see a sound check on a living does not have to be passed before it can be attacked, but it must be injured before you can bite them. You may not bite the same L twice. The L is for living. Cards labeled as free do not cost an action to play, and we'll get into that once we start playing and doing cards. So that being said, I think we should go ahead and move forward and kind of jump in a little bit. I'll go over a couple more things before we really dive in, but let's go ahead and get our Z's figured out. We have 6 different Z's here. Each of them has their own set of attributes and asymmetrical powers down at the bottom. We're not going to go into all of them. We're going to go ahead, and Scott and I are going to randomize our Z selection here. Scott, why don't you go ahead and take that top individual there for me? Who'll we get?
And it is Ben. I love Ben.
Ben, and I got Bob. So I'm going to go ahead and take Mr. Bob and set up my player board over here. I'll put Mr. Bob down here. Now each Z will get a player card, and they'll also get 4 limbs. So you'll take 4 limbs. These limbs, in a lot of ways, represent your ability to play. Not necessarily your life, because you are already undead. But if you think about it, if you lose all your limbs, it's pretty hard to get around. So if you lose all your limbs in this game, you are knocked out of the game and are no longer available to play. So we want to keep all of our limbs. Player card, 4 limbs each. You've got your limbs. I'm also going to grab my character and my bite markers. We'll go into how to use the bite markers a little bit later when that occurs. We'll go ahead and put these down here. Scott, let's roll this bite die to see who goes first. How about that? Does that work for you?
That sounds great. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Ooh, 6.
Oh man. Oh god. Wait, would you win a bite with 6? I don't think you would. No. So, but that would be considered a loss, right?
Mm-hmm. But not in this test. This is a little different.
Oh, okay.
So I will go first to start out the game. Each player in turn will get to choose where they want to put their individual in town. Just for sake of randomness, I'm just going to put him, not go into why I would put him there. Why don't you go ahead and put your little bin out there for us, Scott, in one of the 4 squares in dead center.
All right. Well, I'm Ben, so the hardware store is my place to go. So, and I think the all shop too, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go right
yeah.
here.
And what Scott's referring to is he's talking about his powers. I wanted to breeze over our asymmetrical powers because, you may be thinking, why does it matter where I put my dude in the center? Well, it depends on what your objectives are, where your strengths and weaknesses lie within town based off of your character, and just kind of what you're going for. So we're going to check out Bob. We'll look at his powers at the bottom of his player card there. Pit stop. As an action, you may move up to 3 spaces max, if not leaving the road. And we can see in Bob's attribute, his arrow is a 1 for his movement, so he's kind of slow. So if we stay in the road, we get to move a little bit quicker. Bob is a retired trucker. He likes the road. His other power may draw an aid after ending your turn in the grab-and-go, hardware store, or a bar. And those are locations that are marked on the map. It says I could just draw an aid if I end my turn in any of those locations. So we'll keep those in mind. Let's check out Ben, see what Scott does. Scott, what do you got there?
All right, so I'm Ben. I have 2 all the way down the board, 2 through 4 are my bite numbers. I can actually hold, because I'm handy, I can hold 7 items max as my hand limit, which is pretty good because I probably need to draw a lot of aids during this game. And then upon entering any of the all shop, boutiques, or hardware stores, I may move a living from within it to any of the adjacent spaces. So it means I can pull living out into adjacent spaces so I can get to them a little bit easier.
All right. Okay, cool. All right, so the next thing we'll do before we start the game, each individual will draw 2 8s. So they'll start out the game with 2 8s. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my 2 8s.
If we hit the setup button, does it automatically draw 2 8s for us?
It does not. It does not.
Okay.
But no, so you'll go ahead and draw your 8s.
Okay, and then remind me again, how do I draw this into my hand? Do I just
if you hover over it and hit a number, it should draw that number into your hand directly.
Okay, so 2 of them. Sweet. Thank you.
Did that work out?
Yep.
Cool. Yes, and then the next thing we will do for the competitive mode is we will spawn a number of living out into the board, and we'll spawn them out how 1 living out into the board that there are players. You can see a number of living that are already out there. This is a standard setup on the board, and you can see on these locations it says place with a certain number of tokens. Here, the school, it says place with 1 living and 1 kid living, and so these positions of these tokens are already predetermined and start out on the board before we even get going with the sort of standard setup. So we will also spawn 2 additional living out into the board using these die. And if you'll notice the grid system on the board, and we have axes, x-axis and y-axis, 1 white and 1 black, and those correspond with these die here. So if we ever wanted to take an additional living, spawn it out there, which we might be called to do throughout the game, then we will roll these die, and we'll look at the results, and we'll throw the living out there. But we do have a handy-dandy script set up currently in this version, this mod of the game, and so let's just try to hit setup and see if it'll do that for us. Looks like I have something that says, it failed. Oh yeah, I broke the scripting today. So that's not going to work. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I updated the cards. I updated the cards
Really?
earlier, and I broke the scripting. So we'll just do it the real way. So we have 10 by 6.
Okay.
So Scott, if you wouldn't mind setting us up at 10 and 6, he'll grab one of those living from the top of there, and then we'll go to 10 by 6.
Wait, how do I
you only need 1 of
grab only... How do I grab only 1?
Just do a quick click and drag.
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
No
Sorry,
worries.
still new to this.
You're good.
10 by 6.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, let's do it again. We're going to go 2 by 5 this time. 1, 2, all the way up here to 5. That'll give us a little bit of variety, a couple more individuals to start the game out with. All right.
Oh my.
So it looks like we have our setup. We also need to set our decks up. A little breezed over that a little bit. We have different individuals, different kinds of living. We have just generic living, these ones here. They could be any kind of living. We have officers. The officers are stronger, but they might come with a greater reward. And we have kids as well. The kids are a little bit weaker sometimes, not always. Don't have near as good of a reward for making them your friend. And so we have our living pile here, our kid living pile here, and our officer pile here. And for the setup of the game, we're going to take 2 kids, and as well as 2 officers. And we are going to take those cards, and we are going to add them into our generic living pile. And that will give us the opportunity to have a couple kids and officers that might come up as these standard sort of generic yellow ones here. And that should be all we need to do to get started here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and take my turn. I am Bob, and I will be the victor, and I will get 7 friends before you, Scott.
All right, we'll see. We'll see about that.
All right, I'm going to take a quick look at my
Ben's pretty
friends.
attractive, man. He's really good about getting friends.
I don't know if good looking is going to help you. You're green, dude. You're a green man.
Just wait till I put my sunnies on, bro.
Yeah. I'm going to do a quick look at these cards in my hand. You guys can get a look at them too. At the top, we have the title. Right underneath that will be basically a subtitle, a type of card. And as we read in the instructions, if it is labeled as a free card as part of its type, then it doesn't cost an action to play. So we have those cards, and now I'm going to get out there. I'm going to get out the world. I'm going to take my actions. I'm going to begin my turn and see what I can do here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm not very stealthy, but I am strong. I think I'm going to draw a card for my first action. So draw a card for 1. Get a little help there. I'm going to move Bobbington. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna move 3 spaces. Use my on the road perk. Yeah, and then I think I'm just gonna. I think I need another card. I'm gonna draw another card. I feel like I need to get more prepared. All right, so that is my turn. Scott, on to you, good sir.
All right. Well, I think for myself, just because I'm Ben, I can hold a lot of cards in hand. I want to draw a lot of cards here. So I'm going to take 3 actions to draw 3 cards.
All right.
So I'm just going to do it all at once. Hit this 3 on this deck, draw 3 cards. All right. And now, let me look at what cards I got here. Remind me how to zoom in on a card.
Yeah, if you hover over it and hold Alt.
Alt. Thank you so much, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So now I think I'm going to start by my last action. I'm going to play a card from my hand. So
okay.
I'm going to use my equipped guide here and place my item right above my character.
All right. Scott's got a balloon. It's an item. It's going to add +1 to his stealth. It has a discard effect too. It says, may discard on your turn to move a kid living into its closest empty road space. Ooh, that's cold. That's cold.
You know.
All right, so that'll conclude Scott's turn. And now, as per our second phase of the game, we move into the town phase. No one has any dogs. We won't introduce the dogs now, but we will introduce the reactions. Each player will draw and resolve a reaction. So I will go first. I'm going to draw a reaction into my hand. I'm going to check it out because some of these could say hold. Most of them will say reveal. If they say to hold them, looks like we lost Scott. Bye, Scott. See you soon. Come back.
I'm not here. Am I back?
It looks like we lost you. This is, it says to reveal, so I don't have to, normally if it said hold, I would hold it in my hand, I wouldn't reveal it, but it says reveal, and I will do that now, and we will do what it says. We have a hard rain, all Z lose one card they have equipped, which doesn't affect me because I don't have any cards, but poor Scott, he just put a card out, and so sadly he must lose his balloon. Did you hear that, Scott?
I'm gonna have to lose my balloon. Oh no!
Yeah.
It's a hard rain.
Yeah.
Ah man, my balloon's gonna get blown away, man.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
Storm
no
came
fun.
in. Storm came in, dude. Took your little balloony.
Took my balloon.
All right.
All
Now,
right,
now Scott
balloon's
will
gone.
draw his reaction.
All right, I'm gonna draw this into my hand. Oh, oh.
Must be a good one.
Smell that wind. No, that wind was so bad that it also took my arm.
Oh no, a severing.
I gotta lose a limb.
Down a limb. That's great
Put
news
it in
for
the
me.
limb bowl here.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Back to me. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know, the viewers here. You see this? There is this injured person down here in the back alley. As we said earlier when we were teaching the game, if they're injured, you don't have to sneak up on them or attack them. They are just low-hanging fruit. They are ready and ripe for friendship. So that's what's going on with this guy. Just a heads up, in case you're like being like, "Why is that one special?"
I mean,
He's
I've always made best friends with people in back alleys, so that makes no sense.
Good advice overall.
Yeah.
All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this awareness card, which will it'll make me stealthier just for one single stealth check, just one time. Then I'm going to move here, and I am going to engage and sound check this officer. I'm gonna go for this big boy in the corner.
Going for the officer?
Yeah, I'm strong, and I am gonna use my
Billy
awareness.
Bob.
I am gonna use my awareness, so I'm going to make sure I have this oriented correctly. Is what I was looking at there. You can see on Bob we have instructions for where to lay active living, active reactions, active living to the right, active reactions to the left, and equipped 8 on top. Let's see who I got. I got the sergeant. Sergeant, look at him. So he's listening. Oh, so he's at a 3 for alertness, and I am at the 1 plus the 1, so I am a 2. 2 versus 3. So let's just let's see what happens here. 2 versus 3. Roll the chance die. Have to roll the chance die. -1. So you always, when you engage a living individual, as soon as you flip them over, you must do the sound check immediately. You can't play any other cards or change. Once you've decided to sneak up on them, you have to roll. So I rolled, I lost 1, so I had 2. Now I'm a 1 versus 3, so I definitely lost. Let's take a look at our living card here. We see that red box 3/4 of the way down. It's got our ear and our fist for our sound check and our attack. And that is the fail section of the card. If you fail any of the tests, it has the consequence listed there in that red box. So I failed the sound check, and I must discard an equipped card. But I had just used this card, so I don't have an equipped card. So not such a bad failure.
Lucky.
Yes.
Lucky.
As we read earlier, the sound check does not have to be passed before it can be attacked. So now I can go straight and attack the sergeant.
Lose a limb.
And I will do that. As you can see from Scott's chant and also on the card, if I lose the attack, I'll lose a limb. So I am a 3 and he is a 2. Let's hope this works out. Let's go. Come on.
Oh,
+1.
got him.
That'll be a 4 versus 2. So he's injured. I'll flip his token over. That was, I moved. Oh, I'm sorry. I played a card. I moved. I sound checked and I attacked. That was 4. That will be my turn. I'm done, Sir Scott. On to you.
All right. So I have a choice here. I can try to sneak in here and bite this officer if I wanted to.
You can. Yeah. I played that kind of poorly. It kind of left it open to you there.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I got excited.
So I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think that's my play though. I
I
can't
think it,
allow you
I
to.
think you should. I mean, that's what I would do
Yeah.
if I was you.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, he'll just spawn more officers if I'm able to make him a friend. So,
Oh yeah, what's his reward? Let's go over that real quick. So what Scott's
yeah.
referring to is at the bottom of the card, the last section of information here, yellow text. It's a reward for infecting them. If you make these individuals your friends, you get a reward. May remove one officer from town to the supply and move to dead center. So that means he can take one of the officers that are in town out of town, resupply it, and he can move to dead center if he wants to, or whoever may do that if they infect the sergeant.
All right. So, then my first action will be to move 2. 1, 2. My second action will be to move 2. 1, 2. Third action, I'm going to go for the bite on this officer. So I'm going to roll.
You need
this
2 through
die.
4. Let's see what you got here, chump.
Oh, no.
I'm okay with
Did
that.
not get the officer.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so I did not get a bite, so I'm not going to be able to bite again. So I have to choose what I'm going to do next. I've already used 3 actions, so it doesn't give me much more to do. So what I'm going to do instead is just because I can hold more cards than most people, I'm just going to go ahead and draw another card. So I'm going to draw a card from the aid pile, and that will end my turn. So now it's time for reactions.
How many cards you got now?
I got 5 cards.
5 cards. All right, cool. All right, let me draw my reaction. I will do that. All right, let's see what we got. All right, it says hold. We got a hold, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll hold on to that, and it'll be Scott's turn for his reaction.
All right. All right, so I got a cloudy day.
Got a cloudy day.
Mm-hmm. I got a cloudy day. Spawn living on an empty inside space.
Okay,
Right,
so Scott will come over here to the living token pile, and he's allowed to spawn that on an empty inside space. So as long as that's all it says. So as long as it's inside, he may put it there.
All right, so I do have the ability to move people out of the all shop, the hardware store, and let's see. I'm just gonna put this guy in the all shop. We'll do that.
All right then. So, final answer?
Final answer.
All right. My first action is, as you might guess it, I'm just gonna go for the bite. I'm glad that you were unsuccessful. My hard work. Now it's my turn to give the old chomp on the sergeant. So 2 through 4 on my bite numbers. Let's see what we got here. Oh. That's great. That's great news. So we chomped and we failed. And so unfortunately, we killed the sergeant. Man, that's a sad day. Sad day. We're not out here to kill people. We want friends. Trying to make friends. All right, fine. Second action.
Death toll has increased.
Second action, I'm going to draw a card. Feeling sad. This is what this guy says. We'll get a look at it here in a minute as well. That makes 5 cards in my hand.
Looks like you got 5 cards there, Shelby.
Yep. So that was my second action. I'm going to move twice, and for my next 2 actions, that'll end my turn. I'm just gonna end there, I guess.
You gonna end there?
Yeah, I used my last 2 actions to move. So.
Man, we're in the mall together, man.
We're hanging out. Shopping together. We're hanging out together.
I know. All right. So now it's my turn. Oh.
You go so much higher than I do. Wow, look at that. Am I heavier? I'm a bigger dude.
I can move more than you. I'm sure if you were on the road, you'd go a lot higher.
Yeah.
let's see here. So I think I'm going to start by drawing another aid. So that's 6 cards. All right. So I'm going to then, this living right next to me right here. I'm gonna check this guy out.
You gonna check them out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna check him out.
All right, then.
So I'm gonna take a living from the supply. I'm gonna add it to the living side of my card, and I will then flip it. All right, I have, oh my goodness, a consumer, of course. So
She's gonna
they
hit
are
you with a
not in the
bag,
L
man.
shop, grab and go, or the boutique, so I don't have to worry about that. +1, so it's a 1 to my 2. So let's roll for it. Let's go. Let's steal this dice.
Oh yeah, alertness of 1, stealth of 2.
Oh no!
Oh man, it's a -2,
And
so
so
you failed.
my consequence is to draw a reaction.
Ooh, okay.
And it is a reveal, and it is appearance. Roll a d12 and spawn a living on an empty space. So I'm gonna roll this d12.
It's popping out of trash cans around here.
So we got a 3 and 12 over here. So
Okay.
3 for the black, 12 for the white. Yep, right next to that dog park.
We are.
All right.
We're hanging out over here. We got a little
are.
party.
All right. So now I'm going to. I don't have an item, but I.
So that was 1, 2. You failed the sound check.
Okay.
Do the reaction.
All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and for my third action, I'm going to go ahead and try to injure the consumer. So here we go. Oh, auto fail.
Auto fail.
Lovely. All right, so I have to discard an item. Now, I do not have an item in play, and I do not have an item in my hand, so there's nothing I have to discard.
Got lucky there.
So, I know. So, I'm going to go ahead and try to attack this lady.
Yeah,
one
you
more
failed
time.
once. Might as well try to get her again. She hit you with a sack, man.
Got it. I got it.
Got her that time.
I have, of course, now I'm in the same boat as you were. You can come in and snag my bite here, but that is it for my turn. I have 6 cards in hand, but I'm allowed to have 7, and so it is now reaction phase or town phase.
All right, no dogs. So we'll start with reactions. I'll draw my reaction. It is a reveal, just like what you just had. We have an appearance sneaking out there that's Frank, peeking out of the doorway. So we're going to roll some die and put some more living out. We're getting a lot of living out there really quick here, man.
Yeah, good thing this isn't a co-op game.
I know, right? That'd be bad. We're going 1 and 1. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Your reaction, sir?
All right, I'm drawing my reaction now. It is also a reveal. Oh, it's another living. Look at this.
Oh, man. You know what? I didn't shuffle these. They've been in order.
No, I shuffled them.
Did you shuffle these?
I went by and shuffled them.
Okay. You shuffled all of them? Did you shuffle all the others too, the AIDS deck too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went by and shuffled them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, those 3 cards were in a row.
Yeah, they were. All right, here we go. Let's roll. See, we got 11 and 9. 11 and 9. Thank you for your help there. All right, cool.
All right, actions. So, on to me. Gonna reap the fruits of your labor. I'll move 1.
Oh, no.
And I'm gonna bite for my second action. I need 2 through 4 on my bite numbers. So here we go. Time for a friend. I need a friend. Wow.
Shelby, I think that's a 1.
Is it? I didn't think it. I don't think it rolled. It just kind of spun. All right. Second action. That's bad. That sucks. It's just how it works sometimes, I guess. Alright. Oh, man. Second action. I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of torn. I think what I want to do, actually. Let me hold on. Let me see here. No. Man, I think I might have to just end my turn or something. I'm gonna draw a card. Alright, I'm gonna draw a card.
I mean, yeah, at least draw a card.
Well, I mean, I have to discard a card. Okay. So I got one I'm gonna put into play. So that'll be my last action here.
Put it in play. Oh,
I got some
are you
chloroform.
trying to chloroform somebody?
I mean, just bottles of chloroform lying around in the mall. So gives me a +1 to my strength, and it has a discard function. I may discard after a successful attack to move that injured living to an empty space. So I can drag his little body somewhere. All right, that is my turn.
Let's see. You moved once. You then bit, and you drew a card. I think you have one more action.
I played the chloroform.
Oh, you played the chloroform.
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
equipped
that's
it
right. Okay.
for my last action.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well then, cool. All right. So of course, I'm gonna start my turn off by trying to bite this consumer. I did all that hard work, but before I go and just bite this consumer, I'm gonna play a card from my hand. It is called the Chatterbox. It's a +1 bite number. I have to use an action to play it, and then I must choose a number before my bite. So I'm going to discard with the use. So I am playing it. The discard does not count as action, but the +1 bite number I'm going to do is 5. So I will be 2 through 5 for my bite numbers. All right. All right. Let's hope this works here.
I want it to work just so somebody can make a friend.
Oh no!
We're bad at this.
We lost another friend.
We're really bad at this game. Oh, you fulfilled the second one on the death toll.
What's that gonna do, Shelby?
Alright, so you filled the number 2 spot on the death toll. So now let's see what the death toll is all about. We got our death toll cards here. And you will get to... Oh
no.
I know, I'm like goofing up. I'm trying to drag them. So you'll be taking a card from there. Flip over that top card. Hopefully it's the number 2. Should be. It's the 1. We need the next one. Let's go ahead and grab the next one there. You can put it right on top there. It's fine, yeah. Number 2. What's it say?
Groans. You start to make uncontrollable noises. Something inside you is changing, and the neighborhood can hear it. You may not engage any living until after your next turn. So I have 2 basically turns of not being able to engage any living is basically what I'm hearing right now, right?
You have the rest of this turn and your next turn.
Rest
You
of this
cannot
turn
engage.
and my next turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. So I guess what I'm going to do is our poor living is dead now. So
yeah.
put her over here.
That's sad. We're bad at this. We're bad at making friends.
I know. It's okay. Sometimes my mom always told me I'd be bad at making friends if I bit them, so it makes sense.
Your mom's a smart woman. My mom didn't tell me that. I went around biting friends my entire life.
Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to let's see. I've only done 2 actions now. I played my bite and then I tried to bite. So I have 2 more actions. I am going to move towards the hardware store, I think. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4.
Hardware store's over here.
Oh, sorry. I'm at All Shop. My bad.
Gotcha. Just making sure you knew where you were going.
Yep, cool. So I am moving. Actually, I am going to move here. That's where I want to. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry, I want to move. And that is my turn. I can't play anything else, so it is town phase.
All right, reactions. I will draw my reaction. It is a reveal. It's a sunny day. Spawn a living on an empty outside space. So I will grab one of these. And what do you have? Do you have a thick fog?
I have the best one. I have a
Dude,
thick fog.
they're
But
not shuffled. We can't play this way. They're in alphabetical order.
oh, really?
Yeah. Let's read. Like we're gonna like yeah. They totally are. We did the appearances, and I was like, if the next two are a sunny day, and so let's put these back. Let's put both these back in the stack. We'll work with what we got on the other guys, but let's put both these two back. Let me shuffle this bad boy up a little bit. Now let me do.
R is to shuffle, right?
Yes. So let me.
I did that, I swear. So, oh.
Maybe maybe it was it before we reloaded the table? Like maybe because we reloaded the table.
Oh, I forgot you reloaded the table.
Yeah. All right. So I got no motivation. May not use skills. Flip any over you have equipped. I don't have any skills out right now. Just this item, but I'll hold on to that. Let me know. Remember, I cannot use any skills. What you got?
I got
Recess
spawn
time.
2 kid living in an empty space, at least 3 accessible spaces from you. May not spawn into the road. All right, so 2 kid livings. I will spawn 1, 2, 3. This is accessible space for me, right?
That is, yeah, that's technically it's 2.
Okay, and then I will spawn another kid living right here.
No, it's got to be 3. It's got to be at least 3 accessible spaces away from you. So this one right here is just 1 space away, and this one is 2 spaces away.
Oh, okay. So I can put the kid there, and then I can put the kid. This is at least, right? So
at least, yeah. You can put it anywhere else as long as it's at least 3 spaces away.
All right. Let me look at my character again real quick.
You strategizing?
I am. I'm trying. I got to make as many friends as I possibly can, and I need the help, obviously.
Well, someone needs to. Someone needs to make some friends out here.
All right. And sometimes kids are easier to make friends with, so especially when you bite them.
Yes.
At least that's how my son is learning right now. I will put it in the boutique. Kid of the boutique. Okay. I think that's good. I think I'm good with that. Okay.
Great.
Awesome.
All right. So it is my turn. I am going to. I'm gonna sound check. I'm gonna be in a bad spot. I can already tell what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna sound check this person. I just need to start taking some chances. Gotta start trying to make some friends. Oh man.
No.
I got another officer. Alright, so when we pull an officer out of there, we go ahead and we will exchange the tokens. So I'll put this duder back. Thank you, Scott. He'll put one of them guys out there. Now I gotta do my sound check. Let's see what we got. Alright, rookie. Bonuses in the school. He's not in the school. He's outside. In between the mall and the dog park. So he's a 2. I'm a 1. His fail. If I fail the sound check, move to an empty space in the school. I'll be going to school. Let's go. 1 versus 2. Let's go. Fail.
So
It
close.
was almost a 2. Almost. So I'm going to school. I'm leaving the officer guy. So I'm going to be disengaging from the officer. Now, in this particular case, since I revealed him and now I'm leaving, we are going to pull him a standee out that designates him from the living standee bag over here. He is the rookie. This will help mark his location, and that way we'll know who is where. And if Scott wants to come mess with him, he knows where the rookie will be. And I'll go ahead and hold on to this card until someone else engages the rookie, and then I'll give him the rookie card. We'll swap the engagement. So I must go to the mall, or I must go to the school.
You're in the mall.
I'm in the mall, going to the school. That was my first action, right? Yeah. Was the sound check?
Yep.
All right. So 3 actions. in the school. Let's pick on a kid. I could pick on a
You can
kid.
check out this kid right here.
I'm gonna check him out.
All right.
So let's see what we got. I got Miss Popular. Bonus is in the mall. She's not in the mall, so she's a 2. If I fail my sound check, I must discard an event card. We'll see how this goes. So 1 versus 2 on the sound check. Let's go. Oh, -2. That's great. So I think I do have an event card in my hand that I will get rid of. And I think I'll get rid of this guy. Alright, so now, last action, I'm gonna, on attack, Miss Popular, I'm gonna try to subdue her. She's so angry looking. She looks so mean. I'm a 3. She's a 1. 3 versus 1. Let's go.
I think you got this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
I mean, imagine the trucker taking down a little girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. But I'm just trying to make friends out here. Just trying to make friends. Alright, so she's injured. That is the end of my turn.
Oh, that's the end of your turn.
Indeed.
All right. Well, I cannot engage still.
That is correct. You're still groaning and stuff.
Yes, I'm still groaning from the death toll. So, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take my first turn to move here. I'm then going to use my ability. Oh, nope. I read this ability wrong. I messed up.
You gotta be entering to do the move-ins.
I know.
You gotta come in from the other direction, homie.
Wait. So I was here. I will move here for 1. I will move here for 2 actions. I'll move here for 3 actions. And on that action, since I entered the thing, upon entering the all shop, boutique, or hardware store, you may move a living within it to any of its adjacent spaces. So I'm going to move this living out to its adjacent space here.
Good move. I support that.
All right, so that was 3 actions to get into that spot, and then for my 4th action, I will go ahead and draw a card.
Drawing a card.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 cards in hand, which I can have 7.
All right, I'm gonna draw my reaction. All right, first one of these, we get a car. These are there are 2 kind of like dynamic, sort of engaging reactions, this being one of them. This is a drive-through. So it is the drive-through, it is the passerby reveal event, and some of the cards, such as this one, have you roll the chance die to activate the card. As you can see on the card, it has 1, -1, 2, -2, and it has some numbers and an arrow, some letters and an arrow, and that's a direction in which a car will move through town. If we look at the town, we'll see that there is streets going through the middle of town and arrows that designate to help you show east to west, west to east, south to north, and north to south. Unfortunately, it looks like this particular board that I loaded in today, I'm catching something here. Scott, our north direction is wrong. It's swip swap.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
All right, so we will roll the chance die and see what we get to activate our car.
-1.
-1 says a car will move through town going north through south, and that is our example that we just gave. It'll be going straight through town. Looks like something's in its path. A living is in its path. The car says, if hit, all Z's lose a limb, all living get injured. So this individual will be hit by the car, it appears, and they will be injured. That worked out pretty well. That was pretty good. Thanks for that.
I like that. Good teamwork.
Great teamwork.
All right. So That was a good move on my end, then pushing
Yeah,
a living out
you
into
just
the
put him
road
out there.
after that turn. All right, so I have the bell. The bell is a reveal event. I spawn one kid living in an empty space in this school, lucky you, and one officer in an empty space outside one of its doorways. So I'm going to spawn a kid living. Oh, actually, I don't think I want this event to go off because for me, it just is too good for you, giving you too much stuff. So I'm going to use this
Okay.
free card. With can you explain free cards a little bit, Shelby?
Yeah, absolutely. The free cards, they don't cost an action to play, and essentially you will just follow the text directly as it reads. So this one says it's an event and it's free. May discard for free when any event card occurs to cancel its effects. So just like this card being an event, if we look at the reaction card, it is an event as well. So Scott will pull out his curtains when this one came up, and he'll cancel it. Cancel the event.
Yeah. Well, basically, I'm putting out the curtains in the school somehow.
Putting up the curtains.
They don't hear the bell. They can't use the bell. All right. Cool.
All right. So I will begin, and my first action will definitely be to try to make a new little friend. Let's roll this bite die and see what we can get. 2 through 4 for my bite numbers. Miss Popular, trying to get a friend.
Got him.
That's in the range. 2 through 4. See, she got a reward at the bottom in the gold text. May move to an empty space adjacent to the mall. And I don't think I want to do that right now. So I'm going to leave that be. It says may, so I don't have to do it. I have made a friend. I'm going to go ahead and discard Miss Popular over here. I'm going to try to discard her if I can do that. And then I will take her little token.
Oh.
And I don't want that. And I will add a little friend. So I have one friend. All right. That was my
looks like you're winning
first.
right now.
I'm winning. Yeah, I've won. So my second action, I'm going to draw a card. Okay. Third action, I'm going to go ahead and check the living next to me. So I'm going to go ahead and engage this living next to me here, Scott. Sound check. Oh, they're a kid. How convenient. Another kid
Yeah,
in
except
school.
for not convenient because it's a teacher's pet. So it gets +1 sound and +1 attack if at a school.
She got some bonuses in the school, so she is a 2 on alertness. I'm still a 1. The fail says discard a card. If in school, discard a skill card. So let's roll that chance die. 1 versus 2 here. Let's see if I can get some luck. None of it. None of the luck.
The worst.
So I must discard a skill card. And dang, I like all my skill cards. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to play this card instead. May discard after a failed sound check to auto-win instead.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do
Since
that.
you had to discard 1, that makes sense, yeah.
And win that.
All right. Well,
is that all my
2
actions?
through 4?
Let me think.
Let's see. You bit, and you drew, and you checked the sound, or you checked the kid. So you have 1 more action.
Okay. I will see if I can attack this little teacher's pet. See if I can try to make another friend. I'm 3 on
see if you can,
strength.
If you can begin making it your friend.
I'm gonna try to
subdue the teacher's pet.
Start making a friend. 2. I'm a 3. 3 versus 2. Let's go on this. Wow. I failed.
Man,
no.
today.
I was 4. I'm sorry. 3 and 1. 4 versus 2. Tie. Tie is a win. I forgot about my chloroform. So tie is a win.
About chloroform when it comes to a teacher's pet.
She is injured, and that is the end of my turn.
All right. Well, I'm done groaning. So I actually get to engage this round. So
Done
I am
groaning.
going to start with 2 cards actually. Um, I'm going to play Smoke. I get +1, and I may discard after a failed sound check to cancel the effects and take a free action. So after I play the Smoke, I'm going to go ahead and check this Kid Living here. So I'm going to pull one off the Kid Living pile, flip it over. Oh, snap. I got a bully.
You got a bully.
They are not outside.
Bully in the awe shop.
Yep. And so I am going to check it. I have 3 versus his 1. All right, so let me go ahead and roll my chance die. And I got him a -1. All right. Let's see. Before I attack, which I can do this, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shelby. I can play a card from my hand, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to play this Adrenaline. I get +1 attack and +1 movement for just this turn. Discard after Z phase. So I'm going to play Adrenaline. So that's going to boost my attack to 3 and my movement to 3. So I'm 3 stats all around right now. And I'm going to go for an attack. Let's go for it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens here. Let's roll this die. Oh gosh, no.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't want to lose another limb.
Dang, dude, this bully is rough, man. That was a
This bully just wrecked me, man.
lose a
All right.
limb. And you burnt your adrenaline.
No, I cannot waste my adrenaline. So I've used 3 actions right now.
You wait, what do you mean? You just
Nope.
did, that was all your actions?
Nope. That was all my actions. I just burned my adrenaline. But I'm going to use a free card. It's called Again. Yep. So I'm going to use this free card, and I'm gonna roll again to try to. I'm trying not to lose a limb this time.
Yeah, don't do it again.
Let's go for it. No,
dude, I'm gonna win the game by knockout. Which would be great because we haven't been making any friends. Like, I would be okay by a victory by knockout. Like, that would be fine.
Oh man, I wasted all of that just to lose 2 limbs to the bully. Okay, all right. So that's the end of my turns. I get rid of my adrenaline.
Wow.
All right, and that's it.
That's some bad luck.
That's all I got.
We're doing terrible. Let's keep this going. Let's keep it going. Put this away. I don't need that. I got reveal, event. We got security. If able, spawn 1 officer outside 1 doorway at each of these buildings, the mayor's mansion, the mall, and the clinic. So I will do that. Hey, I will do it, man. I get to put these out here. Stealing my thunder. You're right, though. That's where that one was going to go anyway. So I did the clinic, I did the mayor's mansion, 1 outside of one of the doorways, and I believe it also, but it says, yeah, I cannot spawn them in the road, so I must put this guy, I guess I'll put it in there. Yeah, why not? Alright, I'm done with my reactions.
Well, mine is spawn a living in an empty space inside a building. So I'm gonna spawn a living on an empty space inside a building.
I'm gonna abort that. I'm gonna cancel that. So I played this one. May discard for free when any living would spawn to cancel those effects. And I just did that.
Okay. All right.
On that one.
No spawning for me.
No spawning. We have plenty of people out there, man.
Yeah, we just
if only we can make friends. Yeah. Okay. So back to me. I did not make the teacher's pet my friend. Is that correct? Did I try to bite her? No.
You have not bit her yet.
I just subdued her. All right, so
you just chloroformed her, bro.
I just chloroformed her. My potential friend. All right, so 2 through 4 on the bite numbers. Let's go for this. Man.
Oh,
wow.
Holy.
6. Okay. Scott, would you mind putting her little standee out on her in this teacher's pet? Because I think I gotta leave now. So that was 1, I'm gonna draw a card for 2. Second action. Since I bit Little Old Miss, or Little Teacher's Pet, I'm gonna take one of these bite markers that I have, handy dandy bite markers, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna place it right there on a Miss Teacher's Pet, and that way I know that I bit her. All right.
Man, it looks pretty cool.
Isn't that neat? Alright, so now I'm going to... I drew a card. Oh, wait, I didn't even look at what I drew. Okay. Okay.
Dude, I don't know if I want to try to take out this bully anymore.
I think you should. I'm going to draw another card for my 3rd action. And then my 4th action, I'm going to equip Grandma's scooter. So that'll give me a big old boost in my mobility, since I was slow. Gives me +2 on movement. May discard after a failed attack to cancel the effects and move up to 3 spaces. But wait, has anyone seen Grandma? Haven't seen her. Alright, Scott, on to you, good sir.
Oh, man, you got, like, the best thing for Bob.
He's so loud, though. I mean, at least I got my movement down, but he's still so loud. He's big and noisy.
I know. All right, man. So I don't think.
Go for it.
No, I don't think it's worth losing my last limb here. Bully's too hard, man. Bully's too strong. He's too strong.
Just to bring everyone up on speed, Scott has only 1 limb left. If he loses all of his limbs, he's knocked out of the game. And since we're doing a 2-player competitive game, if he's knocked out, I will be victorious. And Scott has been pummeled. And so
by a bully.
He cannot really lose his next limb, or I will be victorious by default.
So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take 1 action to move to this part of the all shop.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my next action, and I'm going to attempt to bite this injured road. Yeah, I'm going to take some free road friends, you know?
Take them where you can get them.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll. My bite numbers are 2 through 4. So here we go. What do we get? Yes!
Nice.
Oh, I have successfully gathered a friend.
So Scott got himself a friend, but there's no reward associated with that living person because they're what's known as an unrevealed. So if an individual like this one here, for example, gets hit by a car just like that one did, then we did not engage with them. We did not reveal them from the living deck. We didn't put in any of the hard work, so there's no additional reward. It's kind of like you get an easy friend, perhaps, but you don't get any additional reward. So that's what just happened there. Nice job. Got a friend. Friend on the board. All right. That was 2 actions.
So for my next, that was 2 actions. So for my next 2 actions, I'm going to start by drawing 1 card. Draw a card here. Okay. And then I'm going to play said card. It's called Refrigerator.
Refrigerator, got a little skill. While you're in the deli, bakery, or grab and go, you get some strength. Raiding fridges. All right then.
All right, and that is all for my turn.
All right, I'm gonna draw my reaction. It looks like we got a snow day. All Z have -2 movement and strength. Discard after the next Z phase.
Wow, that's great because you can still now move 1.
I can. I have 3. You are immobile.
Yep, I am immobile, but I also have a lovely friend here.
Right.
We have our first dog reveal.
All right, so we're going to go over the dog. Like the car, another dynamic reaction. Scott's going to grab the corresponding dog token from the bag over there. Each of these dogs...
Which one is it?
It's Belle. Each of these dogs has
Bell.
its own little personality and consequences, and you will roll the die to activate the dog at the beginning of the town phase. So before we draw the reactions, it'll be the first thing that Scott will do along with his reaction. You will roll the chance die, and you will basically just do what it says. It says 0 or auto-fail, roll the d12, move Bell to that space. Any other number other than 0 or the auto-fail, it will move 2 spaces to its Z. So Bell will be constantly seeking and pursuing its Z, which is Ben. So he'll have to roll to see what happens with Bell beginning of each town
You
phase.
don't have a Bell token in here, Shelby.
No? She's right here.
No.
You already got her out?
That has no image for me, so if it has an image for you, that's great.
It does. I see a Bell on it.
Okay, cool.
That's great. So we'll put Belle here. She starts here in the dog park. And she starts there, and he'll go ahead and do his initial roll. He'll activate her right off the bat. And it says at the bottom here, attack. If Belle attacks him, he will discard 2 equipped cards. So what did we roll here? We rolled a 2?
I rolled a 2, so it moves 2 spaces towards
2 spaces towards you. And the dogs will always go...
I'm going to need you...
What's that?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to move the dog. I can't move that item, so...
I can move it. So the dogs will always take the shortest path towards their owners, so it will move 1 and 2 spots towards Ben. And, yeah, Bell's coming after you.
I know. And if Bell hits me, luckily I don't lose my last limb.
Yeah,
so.
You got that going for you. So another thing with the dogs is they can be in the same spots as the living or other people, but if a Z and a dog ever enter the same space for any reason, it'll attack. So Belle can also attack me, even though it's constantly seeking Ben. There's a little bit more advanced sort of thing happening with the dogs as well. There's certain cards that allow you to control or move around the dogs or the people. Now, if say I had a card that made me scary and I scared a living person and the effect was to move them 2 spaces away, I could move the living person into the dog, and then the dog would attack the person. So there's a little bit of a level of agency when it comes to the dogs and the people and how to move them around to your advantage. So we'll keep that in mind as we progress. All right. Actions. It is my turn. I have 1 movement. I have -2 strength. That's not good. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. First action. Okay. My second action, I am going to... I'm going to play this card. I'm going to play Call to Arms, my second action. It is an event used to force all Z's to relocate to dead center. You move first, and then next Z's move in turn order. So, I'm going to do that. I will move here. And then Scott will move.
I shall move here.
Yes. I'm going to draw a card, I believe, for my 4th action. And that will be the end of my turn. Alright, Scott, it is on to you.
Alright, so I think for my first action, I should draw an aid. My second action, I will also draw an aid. Alright, my third action, I will play a dropped badge.
Oh, okay. A little strength towards officers, little credentials.
And my 4th action, I will draw. Okay.
Alright, so beginning of the town phase, now we have dogs. So he will roll for his dog and activate Miss Bell.
Roll for my dog.
Oh,
I got
alright, something fun.
Roll a d12 and have her go somewhere in that D12.
Yeah,
Here we go.
let's see what we got. Get her going. 5 by 8
on the white and 5
right in the bar.
on top of that officer.
Oh, 8 by 5. 8 by 5. You're right. Yeah, right on top of the officer.
Yep.
Well, all right. We have an attack.
Yeah, I can't move the dog again.
Oh wait, that's an activation. So they're not attacking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. It's just on top of that.
It's just on top. It's kind of, it's gonna be stuck to it. They're stacking.
That's not really good for you or me.
No, it's not. Currently. All right, so that was. Wait, what just happened? What was that? Why did you do that? Oh, that was your dog activation. All right, so now we'll do reactions. I'll draw my reaction. Ooh, something zesty. We've got a car. Got a taxi about to roll through town. Let's see where this taxi goes. We'll activate it with the chance die. Says re-roll for an auto fail, so we will re-roll that. See what we got. 2 is south to north. Ooh. Wait.
No.
So we're gonna get.
That's the game.
Oh, is it lose a limb?
Yeah.
Oh, all these lose a limb. So I'll lose a limb. And
it was good knowing you. I'm stuck on the road and can't do anything for the rest of the game.
Oh,
therefore,
man.
I lose.
You can't stop the car somehow. You don't have a magical card in your boat.
I do not. I did not buy any. The only thing I have is sabotage, which I can do for a fear, but a car is not a fear. And then of course. What did I just do there?
Throw it stuff.
Sorry. The other thing I got for my event, which was about to be, we were gonna all move to Dead Center again. Really cool, fun card you have here called Flash Mob, but I wasn't able to do it, so I ended up dying to a car.
Well, we had a very interesting game.
I don't think I've ever missed this many rolls before.
We did bad. Yeah, that was kind of different. In some aspects, this video goes out there to the public. They're gonna be like, they didn't befriend anybody. Yeah, we did. We rolled some pretty poor rolls, and we really didn't get a lot of help. And then sure enough, Scott, you got pummeled and got your limbs all taken away. I'm almost glad that in a way that's how you lost, and that's how the game, because we were doing so bad and friending people, this game we could have drug it on a little bit longer. So yeah, Scott.
I mean, if you don't make friends, you lose in other ways. It's kind of important to make friends. That's something about the death toll, which is a great added feature. It makes it a lot harder, and allows it so that way. You're making it more difficult for you to win and allowing the other people to win, so you don't want to be losing your bites. I felt like the cards we drew. Again, it could have been probably a problem with shuffling in the very beginning, but
we spawned all those
the cards.
All those people, the appearance cards. We pulled all those out at the beginning because they weren't shuffled. So that was we put a lot of people out there, but
yeah. Oh wow, you had to cheat and a splintered bone.
Yeah, I was about to.
And animal control.
I was about to use the dog, but. I was gonna.
Wait. So if I didn't lose it from the car, you were about to make the dog attack me, weren't you?
Well, I was gonna. I don't know. I was gonna see how I could use the dog. I was thinking maybe of using the dog by making it attack a person, because it was just, or it probably would have been more beneficial to have you lose 2 equipped cards. That would have been quite the hit.
So the one thing I was gonna do is I was gonna do Bone Doctor. But I didn't have a skill and an item to give at the time. So I finally did that last turn, and I was like, cool, so this next turn I'll get a limb, but I didn't make it to the next turn, so that's okay.
All right, cool. Well, that'll wrap up our playthrough today. As it stands, I win. I did not get 7 friends. We both got 1 friend, right? 1 friend each.
Yeah.
And cool. Well, Scott, thanks for jumping in here and doing this with me today. Hopefully
Dude, this game gets so fun. I will say for those who are watching, Shelby and I have been able to play this game a lot. And what I love about this game is all the different things that can happen. And this is the first time I've ever lost by losing all my limbs. So
yes, quite a
it's cool. It's cool
different
that it happens
experience we
that way.
got.
So
Quite a bit different from our other playthroughs.
yeah, sometimes we're a little bit luckier than we were today.
Definitely the case. Sometimes that's just how it works. Slow-mo shot of the Z token floating through the screen to send us off. Well, I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. We'll probably have some more stuff coming shortly. Please feel free to check us out at Dead Lemon Games. We are Dead Lemon Games. Check us out at deadlemongames.com. For the website, you can also find us on Facebook. And we have a Facebook group for the game Lonely Undead, trying to come to Kickstarter, launch date in June. And you can find a pre-launch page for us as well for Lonely Undead. And hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough, and we'll see you around soon. All right, you guys take care.
We also have an Instagram.
Oh yeah, Instagram as well. Dead Lemon Games. Mm-hmm. Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, thanks, Scott. Thanks, everybody. And keep playing, guys.
Yep.